Gotham, a crazy podcast about DC, with your hosts E-Rock and PD. When we speak up, get your geeks up, cause you know you about to get geeked up. So sit back, relax, and get comfy. Lose your mind like Solomon Grundy, and listen to a show that won't be forgotten, coming straight out of Gotham.
Out in the DC universe, welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Gotham, episode 196. We are a fandom pop culture podcast and back after a long hiatus, and proud members of the Batman Podcast Network, hosted by batman-on-film.com. Make sure you check out all our other friends over there by hitting that podcast drop down, see what they have to offer. I'm your co-host. I'm a senior contributor to Batman on Film. I'm Peter R. Vera, and today we're recording on March 21st, 2026, and as always, I have a great show for you. But before we get into the good stuff, I'd like to remind you, our faithful listeners, if you take the time to rate and review our show on Apple Podcasts, and we read your review on air, you win our special prize pack. So please be in it to win it and get those reviews in. Now, let me introduce my partner in crime, the man who hit 275 straight free throws, a Chaminade High School record. Ladies and gentlemen, the basketball king of New York, Eric Holzman.
It is a sport that I love, for sure. It is a sport that I love. So
is it
thank
safe
you.
To say you are the greatest free agent in the history of the NBA right now?
No.
They still refuse to sign. I think they refuse to sign you because you're too good.
Because I'm too old now. That's what it would be. Or that I'm just ancient.
It'd be like Jordan coming back again. They're just
yeah, exactly like Jordan coming back again.
Holzman for the win?
The similarities are endless.
You got the goatee, right? Didn't AJ come back with a goatee?
He did. He did come back with a goatee. So, yes, he came back.
I think that's your sign.
He did. Oh, Pete, how I missed these interactions we have before the show.
It's been a month.
It has been. I know. I was looking before this. It's been a month.
It'll be a month tomorrow.
I know. And guys, it's not that we don't have plans to do the shows. It's just life happens and we have to reschedule and then we can't, and so it's just pushed off. I understand
that makes some people very angry and they stop listening to the show.
Yeah, and I you know what, I get that. It's fine, but you know, Pete and I still enjoy doing this and talking about this stuff with you guys, and it's a little different than some of the other stuff that's out there. I think Pete and I some of the other stuff that you get, when I listen to it, I hear there's a very specific baseline, and I don't think Pete and I stick to that. We try and go throw in different things and go different places with our show. So if you keep coming back, great. Love it. Love to keep our fans educated. Yeah, educated is one of the things. Entertained is the other. I always used to call this show an edutainment show, so there you go. But we are still here. And for the time being, we don't have plans on going anywhere. So when you get us, you get us. I guess that's the way.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way it has to go. So before we get into our normal flow, a couple of sad notes we want to start with. But you always start with the sad stuff, I think. Instead of ending on a bad note, you start with the sad stuff. So we got word yesterday that, of course, the iconic Chuck Norris, who kind of became more iconic after everything he did with all of the book about Chuck Norris did all these crazy things, kind of like when Pete talks about my crazy feats, Chuck was the first to do.
I think you inspired Chuck Norris.
He was the first to that, but obviously he's known for his, I won't say rivalry, but on-screen rivalry with Bruce Lee back in the day. He did a very popular TV show called Walker, Texas Ranger for many, many years. I know my mother used to
remember him.
Right? My mother used to really like that show. And then he became kind of this pop culture phenomenon. I know he used to promote exercise equipment and things like that, but he's been kind of a steady undercurrent in pop culture for many, many years. And we had learned that yesterday he had passed away. So rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Actually, I just read something for all you Buffy fans out there. Nicholas Brendan, the guy who played Xander Harris, he also passed away, 54 years old. I don't know any more details than that. But It's also coming around the same time of when we got the news that the Buffy show on Hulu will not be going forward. Now the Hulu decided not to pick up the Buffy show, so all this bad Buffy news in 1 week. But obviously, Nicholas Brendan, who I know from just reading stuff about him in the past, had trouble with substance abuse. I don't know if that's what happened here, but he has passed away as well. So, Pete, any thoughts on Chuck Norris?
I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like an internet gag. I was like,
Right.
there's no way he's dead, and then he was. So that's sad. Yeah, but I definitely remember from Walker Texas Ranger. I feel like that was on the USA Network like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you said, he just kind of became like a meme machine at one point, and that gave him like it kind of rejuvenated his career, so to speak. So sad that he passed. It's definitely like I had to look it up a few places in order to believe it, though, because
I was the same.
you're just like I can't tell if anything's real anymore. So
Right.
yeah, it's just a bummer.
Yep. The older we get, we're going to keep hearing about more of our heroes or guys we looked up to or celebrities or athletes, whatever. We're going to start hearing about more and more of them pass away. So, it's just
Hey,
another sign that we're getting old as
not
well.
Eric. Well, you're Eric here.
Hopefully not for a long time. Not me. Hopefully not for a long time. I still hopefully have many, many years left. So we'll see.
Many feats of Holzman.
Yes. All right. So we got, I want to say, arguably my most anticipated trailer of the year was for me anyway, because I hadn't heard a lot about this film. Spider-Man Brand New Day. We finally got our trailer. Did you like the run-up, how they did it? Did you like how they...
I didn't know of any run up, mostly because I've just been so consumed with everything else.
They did it like a day. They started at a certain time. I don't remember what time, and then they had different parts. Fans from over the world released like little clips of the trailer, and then finally they
cool
released.
Idea. If it got fans involved and it was interactive, like all for it, definitely.
Yeah, so that's what they did, and then we got the trailer, of course. So Pete, what did you think of the trailer? Good things, bad things. Let me know.
Honestly, man, I'm underwhelmed.
Okay.
I wanted to like love this thing. I was looking forward to this, and to be honest, it just kind of just felt like more of the same. In terms of Spider-Man, in terms of a Marvel Spider-Man. I don't know if this is like a Marvel thing overall, but like Peter and MJ not being able to be together in print in movies, I'm just kind of like over it. Both factions. Yeah, I know like all my issues will probably be solved by the end of the movie, but to be honest, like this just kind of felt like a highlight tape. It was like, hey, here's a cool scene you remember. Here's a cool cover. Here's an iconic shot. Um, you know, I uh, I hope Keith David is the Lizard. Like I know they kind of teased him as the narrator. I will see what happens with that. Punisher was cool. Visually, I thought it was a cool trailer. Like all the action scenes were great. Everything looked wonderful. Scorpion looked pretty cool. Wish he had a bit more of a mask, but that's just nitpick, right? But like I'm just kind of sitting there and like, what's the plot? Like, what is the point of the movie? Like, are we supposed to? Is the point of the movie to remember who Spider Man is, or is he fighting this invisible villain that we see in the prison? Right? Like what's going on? So, it is trailer one. I just felt underwhelmed by it, and I know it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread on the internet. So I just, I I don't think the movie looks bad. I'm just like I was kind of expecting more, and I was just kind of let down. To be honest, I don't know. Like the standard for these trailers now, to be honest, like for me to be like blown away is like the Batman fandom. Like that trailer like changed my life. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this didn't do that for me, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying it's gonna be a horrible movie, but I'm just saying like, all right, like okay, there's definitely a few scenes where Daredevil's fighting the Hand with Spider-Man, but they digitally removed him. Like all right, why even show it? I don't know. Like, we'll see. I just, also like Aunt May's dead, and that sucks in general. Like, I don't like
Oh
how people
yeah.
ignore support that way either. I don't know. There's certain things about just like this iteration of Spider-Man that just tick me off, and I'm just kind of like, I just kind of want him to be Spider-Man. I still feel like he's on the way to become Spider-Man. I don't know.
I think they introduced a lot of themes in this.
Yeah,
Some
there's a
of
lot
them
of that.
Some of them you already brought up. The whole thing about him mutating, like the mutation going on within his body at this
Yeah.
time, changing into a different type of Spider-Man. That's something else that they introduced in it. You're right. I mean, like you said, the Punisher stuff was cool. Definitely the shots that they took that are iconic shots from comic books as well.
Yeah.
I think they threw a lot into this one little trailer. And to your point, I do agree that it's kind of like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are they really trying to do with this movie? And I agree that's kind of an issue with it. But if they nail everything they're trying to nail, and because I said when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, this has a chance to be the best movie with Spider-Man, the best Spider-Man film. I think it does have a chance
Do
to
you think
be
this
that.
has a chance to be better than Spider-Man 2? Okay, that's
I
interesting.
do think it does have a chance to be better than. I don't know if it will be.
I can't
Um,
disagree. I haven't seen the movie.
right, but I think all the elements
You
they're
don't want to.
introducing, I think just from a standpoint of acting, if you look at the actors, I think Tom Holland's a better actor than Tobey Maguire, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So I feel like when I look at all the elements in the film, I do feel it has a chance to be the best Spider-Man movie. Now, to your point, a lot of the things you mentioned are very, very accurate, very, very true. Um, and at this point, you would be saying like, okay, they introduced this. Where are they going with that? They introduced this. Well, where is that going to end up? And
Yeah.
it does kind of get your brain working. So the fear is that with all these elements, something gets shortchanged and the movie becomes a big mess. So that's the fear that you have if you're watching this. But my
Like they
first,
try to do something bold and it ends up being Spider-Man 3, like all over
right,
again. Like,
exactly,
so much
correct,
stuff. Okay, that's fine. I
correct.
wasn't going there, but like I like that you did. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of like the Man Spider thing does like as a fan of '90s animated Fox Spider-Man like that. I love that idea.
Hmm.
I have no problem with that. Again, it's just it could be something I like in a movie. Like that maybe I don't enjoy. I don't know. We'll see. It's also just the first trailer. Like there's
Right,
going to be at least like what 2 more full length trailers of like 2.5 minutes left. Like there's still 6 minutes of this movie they're going to tease me, which could easily sway my opinion. And I could like one trailer more than another. Like
sure.
so. I'm not looking forward to the movie. I just feel like I was really hoping to be like blown away by this trailer. And I just kind of wasn't, and that's fine. You know, we'll
Yeah,
just
there are so
watch.
many. Like, it's just amazing to me how one trailer can create so many theories
Mhm,
about what's possibly going to happen, who's going to survive the movie. What I've read a few things already. I'm like, you know what, Eric, just stop, close it up. Don't read this stuff.
mhm.
Um, I'll wait till the next trailer comes out, and then eventually the movie. The movie is coming out fairly soon. I mean, it's not that long that we have to wait for it. So, um, but I will say that all the elements they did introduce, I am interested in seeing. So if the idea of a trailer, which is the idea of a trailer, is to get you interested in what's going to come in the film, it did that for me. So we'll see what happens there. But although Pete and I are only two of the people to view it, this trailer set a 24-hour trailer record with 718 million views,
Yeah,
which topped the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer from 2 years ago. Now, if you're going to correlate that kind of interest to box office, this movie is going to do a ton of money
I know.
in the
There's no
box
doubt.
office.
There's no unless this movie gets like horrible word of mouth. This movie's gonna make
Right.
like $1 billion.
Yep. 100. I 100% agree with that. But that's wild. Like, I feel like when it comes to trailers, these obviously big tempo movies always bring more of the eyes. But I think it kind of hints to the fact that when Marvel does something, people are either watching it to say, "Oh, it's great," or to hate on it on a level that you would not believe. I feel like it's reached that status with
You
these
think
kind
so?
of trailers. Of course, also it is Spider-Man, who is whether you depending on what day you look at, either the
I don't know. Like this wasn't happening for the last Captain America movie. Like I'm
right,
just saying. And
right,
Captain America still, but it's Sam Wilson. Like I feel, this is Spider Man. I don't think
yeah.
it's a little bit of Marvel, but this is Spider Man.
Oh, for sure. No, I agree with that. And because like I was about to say, depending on what time of day it is, either Spider-Man's the best favorite superhero of everyone, or Batman's favorite. It depends on like they kind of
It's never Superman.
yeah, it's never Superman. So it's always one of these two characters. But man, that's an awesome feat. Like that's fantastic. And like I said, the way they did it,
you can't deny it. The buzz is there. People are
yes,
really hyped about this movie.
yes. Yeah, and I mean, this also brings in like Zendaya's fans. It's got a lot of things attached to it because she has a whole different fan base from the stuff that she's done that comes to watch her stuff.
You know, I said the same
So,
thing about Gaga in Joker 2, and it didn't really work out.
well, I think you were right up until the point the movie actually came out. People saw it. Then I don't think it mattered. But that's a really awesome feat. So very cool thing. So awesome for that. All right. So Drew Goddard, who adapted Project Hail Mary, which I did see, which was actually a very good film. If you guys have a chance to see it, go check it out. It's science fiction, but it's got elements of E.T. in it. There's elements of WALL-E, the movie WALL-E in it. Just a very well done film. It's mostly, if you'd watch, you'd be like, what is this movie about? At the end of the day, for me, it's about friendship, and love, but other people might see it differently. Anyway, Drew Goddard also was one of the people who was tasked with writing the Sinister Six film. And he spoke about that in the interview that they did for him. That he asked him like what films that got scrapped that he's worked on, and he said, I had a big Spider-Man movie about the Sinister Six go down because of the Sony hack. My office was right on the lot, and I saw the FBI swarm in and the helicopters fly over the studio. I was sad about it, but there was literally nothing I could do to change the course of events. I suppose it was better than if they hadn't liked the script.
So, like, am I under the impression that they liked this movie? It was going to get made. Like, I remember it, right? And then, like, they just stopped because they got hacked by North Korea. Like, why couldn't I don't understand why the movie can't get made? Is it now evidence? I don't know. Like, that's interesting, right?
Yeah, that was not the reason why I thought the movie got canned. I can honestly say I thought the movie got canned because Spider-Man 2 was so bad. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was so bad, they decided not to go forward with it.
That was such a long time ago. Oh my god!
I know, but
that
was
another huge Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I felt that it got canned. Like it just didn't do well. I didn't know it was because of the Sony hack. So Pete, that's a very good point. I didn't even think of that. That this movie was still going to be made, still going to go forward with what they had planned to do.
It's very interesting. I don't know. Like that was what 2014.
Yeah, I think it was either 2014, 2015, somewhere around there.
So I remember when that happened. I never thought it would cancel them certain movies. It was kind of nuts back then.
It was
like foreign government hacked movies.
I know.
Oh, it's Seth Rogen's fault, right? Because he made that movie with Gianfranco.
Yes, right? That's what they said. Yes,
Spider-Man ties, Green Goblin or New Goblin. So there you go. It's all connected.
Yeah, but that was an interesting little blurb in that interview because the interview is really about Project Hail Mary and other projects he's done, and so that was a little interesting blurb. Yeah.
Sometimes like these things go on to different movies. Like the whole like giant spider in Wild Wild West was originally in like Kevin Smith's Superman movie. There's always weird things. So maybe it will, because Sony still holds all the cards in terms of Spider-Man. Right? They definitely want to try to do something crazy with all their villains. They tried, they failed, but they're going to try again. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back in some fashion. Right? They use elements.
Sure. I mean, in the right hands, we've learned, in the right hands, anything can be redone and redone well. So we know that. So, oh Jesus, yes, Pete. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up. You're saying his name. So
yeah, baby. Here we are. 10 years later. Happy anniversary, BVS. Oh,
yes,
to BVS, baby.
Yes, this is the 10th anniversary of BVS being released in theaters. 10th anniversary of starting a bunch of chaos in the industry.
It changed the game forever.
It did. In a lot of ways, it did change the game. Not in the ways that I think Zack Snyder hoped it would, but
Oh man, can you believe it? We're 10 years post BBS. That's kind of crazy.
it
Because
is.
living in that moment of fandom was insane.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
never
it
had
was
so many people hate me.
it was one of my most anticipated movies of my life going into it at the time. I'm like, wow, they're actually going to do this. I couldn't believe they were going to do it. And then when you started getting the trailers and stuff, and I was kind of like, like the trailers I liked the trailers for the most part, but I didn't love all of them. So I was
hyped, bro. I was hyped.
I was kind of nervous, going in. And when I first saw the film, I actually liked it more than most people,
Yeah,
which is the weird thing. Yeah, it hasn't aged well for me, and I think it's because the more you watch something and you like people have told you certain things, you're like, yeah, they might have been right about that, or
I definitely had that experience recently.
Right?
Oh, that does make sense now that I think about it. Okay.
Right. So I think that was one of the reasons why. But when I first saw it, like most people hated Eisenberg's Lex, I didn't. I appreciated the attempt. All right. I thought it was different. I liked the Batman they portrayed in that film. I thought Affleck it's one of my favorite performances of his still to this day. I thought he was very good as the Bruce Wayne Batman.
He's the best thing in that movie.
I would agree.
I think he's the best actor, best character. He's the headliner. It's his movie.
I would agree. I thought he was the best thing about the film. But yeah, like I never expected that movie to kick off such a vitriolic time period.
It really was divisive. Like
it was. It's very divisive.
You couldn't really have a conversation with certain people because then they get emotionally involved or upset.
Yeah.
And you just realize you're just talking about a movie. So
yeah, and
how many times have you seen in theaters? I saw it 7.
1, 2. I think I only saw it about 4 times.
4 times.
I went opening night, and then I remember going with a couple of friends after that, and then I went once just by myself. I think, and then I saw it one more time. I think it was 4 times.
Like people wanted to see this movie with me, We're like,
well,
yeah, did you see Batman? Yeah, did you want to? I was like, yeah, I want to see Ben Affleck as Batman.
Of course I did. What are you talking about?
We're gonna go again? Why not? I'm not doing anything. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it was only about 4 I saw it. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to look back now. I've never seen fans rally behind a director. Like, I will say that. I've never seen fans rally behind a director like the fans rally behind Zack Snyder.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was something that was a new phenomenon for me, because normally actors I've seen in the past, yes, people, obviously characters people will rally behind all the time. But something like this, that was really, really surprising for me. So happy anniversary. I'm glad, and for so many reasons, I'm glad we're past that point. I'm optimistic about where we're going now.
Dude, it's crazy thing. 10 years later, never got a real sequel to Man of Steel, never got a solo Ben Affleck Batman movie. But never got that Cyborg movie either, right?
Nope. Or Cyborg Flash. Remember, we were supposed to be together at one point.
So Keaton came back.
Yeah. The 2 things that were prosperous or that shone from that time period were obviously the first Wonder Woman film.
And the first Aquaman.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad was very appealing, but
that's true. It did well box office.
It basically was like BVS Junior. It had a big box office, but it was reviewed horribly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Lot of positive vibes going into that, and then March 2026, it all kind of crashed and burned.
It's true. Yeah. Things definitely changed, not only for us but for the studio. They panicked
a lot. And then went through that whole Justice League fiasco, which was miserable in itself.
Yep.
Right? For as bad as BVS was, Justice League was horrible. Like that experience of fandom was like March 2016 up until like, I don't know, say the release of Snyder Cut was probably the worst experience as a fan. Like, just it was just horrible to be
So,
on.
yes, of these properties, yes,
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, DC. It was rough.
It was rough.
Because you couldn't really like anything. You had to like side on one side. You know, if you didn't like this, you were considered like evil. You're just like, man.
Yeah, it's split the fan base, and as a Star Wars fan, it's something that I'm used to. So, but I had never seen it on the scale with DC. Like that was
also birthed a lot of like bad podcasts and ignorant idiots with microphones, self included.
But we're through it. We came through the fire.
We made it through.
Made it through. We're on the other side.
He didn't start the fire, but Eric's burning. He's gotten butter churning. Eric Paul.
Butter churning. Butter?
I just went with it, bro. I just went with it. It's Holmes, but it doesn't have to make sense. It's Holmes.
Honestly, that makes more sense than you think. So that's probably more true than you would think. It doesn't need to make sense. It's me. That's what it is. All right. So is everyone ready for Ghost Rider?
Oh, jeez. Nicolas Cage.
No. We had heard in the past that Ryan Gosling had put his name out there for consideration to play Ghost Rider. And he said in an interview again for Project Hail Mary, which is out now, he's like, well, keep hope alive. Some discussions have been had, but it's a complicated situation. So I don't know what the complication is. Pete, do you know what the complication is? Because I don't.
Probably scheduling.
Maybe scheduling, or is there any kind of like rights thing with this character? I don't think so.
Maybe it's Nicolas Cage.
That's possible too.
I don't know. Did you?
But Kevin,
those movies were not good. Those Nick Cage Ghost Rider movies.
They're not.
They're not good.
You are correct.
Bad Toupee.
Not good movies. I agree.
Even Mendes.
But
she's sick.
Kevin Feige seemed to be down when he was asked about it on Comic-Con not too long ago. So we'll see. It is funny that
Ghost Rider movie though. Like I think he's a cool character. I can't really call him man, but he's cool.
Yeah. And it is funny that Ryan Gosling's she's not his wife, it's just his partner. Eva Mendes was in Ghost Rider.
No, it's a selection. Nice.
So there you go. You have that connection in more ways than one. They have kids together, so you do the math yourself. Nice. But yeah, so apparently the fact it's still being talked about is a good sign. So for all you Ghost Rider fans out there, if you have hope, like Ryan Gosling said, keep hope alive.
Especially now with like technology, like that flaming skull can do some crazy stuff.
Oh, for sure. You know? They brought him
so much better now than it did when Nick Cage was doing, I bet.
Yeah. And he was on most recently. They did a version of him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was on.
How'd that look? That look cool?
It was pretty good. They did a pretty good job with it. So
better than CW?
Similar, relative. I will say better than what the CW did with the Gotham villains. Yes. It was better than that.
Was Fox. Gotham was Fox.
Oh, that's true. You're correct. Fox. Better than that. Better than Fox, what Fox did with the CW.
Yeah, don't be bash the CW.
My fault.
Season 3.
My fault. Apologies. I forget. I slipped my mind.
That's right. We respect you.
I'm sorry. I will never disparage the name of the CW.
That's my shit.
The Arrowverse again. All right. So we already talked about the Spider-Man trailer. Let's switch gears a little bit to another trailer that we got in the past month that Pete and I have not been here. So we are going to talk about this now. We got the Lanterns trailer from HBO Max. Now, Pete, I refer to you again. We'll defer to you again. What did you think?
It was cool. It looked all right. We'll see where it goes. I know there's a lot of controversy around the suit, even though we haven't seen it in action. It was just hanging in a closet, so the usual people complained loudly. But yeah, I think it looks interesting. It's giving me kind of more of a mild Training Day type vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Chandler looked really cool. I kind of liked him as the weathered Hal Jordan and Mr. I think his last name is Pierre, right? Pierre.
Aaron Pierre, yes.
Yeah, he seemed like a really well. It seems really well cast. Like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart seem to be perfectly cast. So we'll see what happens. I like the dynamic. I kind of hope it gets a little more sci-fi than what they showed. Again, just the first trailer, so we'll see what happens. But I can say I enjoyed this, and I look forward to this.
I agree. I was surprised how much I did like it. It's the dynamic that both of them have, as you said, it seems fantastic. The chemistry seems really good between those two. I do like how they're going with the, like you said, the weathered Hal Jordan. Kyle Chandler looks really, really good in the role. They dropped enough of the sci-fi for me to say, okay, there's going to be. I'm fairly confident there's going to be those elements in the show. I feel like they kept them back on purpose. And they're doing this on purpose. It is a very grounded in Earth. Obviously, this plot line does revolve in Earth, but they kind of give you the sense that the people in this earthen plot line are not from here. That's kind of the sense I got.
I want to see some aliens, though.
Yes, I'm with you.
I do want to see some aliens.
I'm with you. Yes, and I think people jump into conclusions, which, like I said, with the Spider-Man show is what everyone does. It's fun, but it's also getting kind of old. Like, these are trailers, people. They're put out for a reason. They're put out to gauge interest. If you're not going to watch
2.5 hours.
Yep. If you're not going to watch it, then okay. From this one trailer, okay. Something tells me though that everyone who says I'm not watching this show is full of crap.
Is there a lot of that going around?
There are people. Yes, I've seen people say I'm not going to watch. This is not This is not Green Lantern. I'm like, maybe they left the green off the title on purpose.
That doesn't bother me.
Right? Like,
that doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either. The last version we got of this on screen of the Green Lantern was very, very green. It wasn't received well.
I don't hate that movie. I just Parallax wasn't a squid.
Yeah, that was one of the things. So
it's just a giant space squid.
So a writer who wrote one of the more famous Green Lantern storylines, of course, was not happy with what he saw. And this guy never seems to be happy, and he always seems to be upset about something when someone comes to him with a question. Grant Morrison had something to say about Damon Lindelof's version of what we're getting of the Lantern show. He says, "Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of narrative? He thinks it's fundamentally stupid. You don't do CSI scripts or patronizing writers who condemn forensics experts and their haircuts as stupid, so why hire people who are ashamed and in denial about the comic book material they've been assigned to develop? Why don't they turn down jobs they're not suited for? It's not like he needs the money, and Lindelof has proven that he can come up with his own ideas. What is this jockish dismissal of superhero conventions intended to prove anyway? Does Lindelof imagine it makes him seem less nerdy? It's a bit late for that, so what's it all about? The only people who give a fuck about the Lanterns TV series are Green Lanterns fans. Why alienate them at the start? That feels more like stupid."
I think Grant Morrison's just crazy these days. He's so just burnt out from all the LSD.
Yeah, there's an element of that to this as well. Every time I hear something from him, I take it with a grain of salt. But he does go on to say that the show might be good. So, yeah.
Okay. You just told me why it wasn't going to be, but all right. Thanks, Grant.
Right. For all we know, the last few episodes are totally in space. For all we know, we have no idea.
I have no clue what's going to happen.
Right.
That's why I'm like, all right, well, I got to see it before I hate it.
But I'm still intrigued, and I'll be watching this. I definitely will. HBO,
right? There was the Reynolds movie, then they teased Diggle for 10 years, right? And then we got cameos and Snyder cuts and Justice League. So it's been a while. So we'll see. Hopefully this works out.
I agree.
We may never see them again.
HBO HBO's track record has more hits than misses, and this is on
Yeah,
HBO. So
I hope so. Because if it bombs, it's going to have a big effect on Superman because Pierre's in Superman.
yes, I was gonna go there next, but Pete led right in there. So yes, Aaron Pierre it will be in Superman Man of Tomorrow. So if the show isn't good, the character is still gonna be here.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
So we will see what happens, but I do like that idea. So good stuff. I'm waiting to see now. I'm even more interested to see where this goes. All right, so there was an interesting story. There's well, not this story is not. This story ties into the interesting story, or the interesting debate about the role that AI can play in films. I know we recently got a trailer of a Revolutionary War film. I forget who is directing it. That was shot mostly with AI, and the people had very strong feelings about that. Well, Val Kilmer was supposed to be in a movie called As Deep as the Grave, but because of his voice and the throat cancer that he had, he couldn't do it. So instead of recasting the role, the directors decided to use AI to bring Val Kilmer into the film. Um, and this is what the director said. He was the actor I wanted to play in this role. It was very much designed around him. It drew on his Native American heritage and his ties to and love of the Southwest. I was looking at a call sheet the other day. We had him ready to shoot. He was just going through a really, really tough time medically, and he couldn't do it. His family kept saying how important they thought the movie was and that Val really wanted to be a part of this. He really thought it was an important story that he wanted his name on. It was that support that gave me the confidence to say, okay, let's do this. Despite the fact some people might call it controversial, this is what Val wanted. So they released the picture and they showed a picture, and obviously it looks just like Val Kilmer. So, Pete, what do you think about this? What is your take?
Man, I think AI is going too far. I get like his family's all aboard about it, but I just think
Mhm.
AI in general is just going too fast, too far. It's definitely Terminator stuff. Like we're gonna get wiped out real soon. Like I think the fact that Terminator 2 is and the Terminator franchise is about to be real is really scary to me. Yeah, if I'm happy that they're cool with it, but I still think it's a little strange because he's not here. So but
Yeah, I mean, we've seen stuff like this in before. The AI, Grand Moff Tarkin was AI'd into Rogue
mhm,
One, the Rogue
mhm.
One film. Um,
Coachella,
yeah,
Tupac. That was I feel like that was like the first wave.
right. That was the first. So, I mean, we've seen it before. I don't understand if it's taking away jobs from like that could be from actors who like I said, this guy wanted Val Kilmer. He was able to regenerate Val Kilmer. Um, in this format. But if it was like something like it was the choice between a real life human and AI, and they're like, screw it, we'd rather have the AI, like then I could see it being
I've always wanted
problematic.
Marlon Brando for this role, and now I can bring him back. It's so weird.
Yeah, like I think there's got to be there's levels to everything, and I think we got to kind of have levels to this. Um, that Revolutionary War movie, people getting up in arms about that, I totally understand that. That one is one for me that I probably won't see. Um, because I don't want AI doing the whole thing. But then people will say like, well, what's the difference between AI and animation, and what's the difference between, people start throwing this stuff out there, and I'm like, well, it's a fair argument. I can listen to the argument, and I can understand it. In instances like this where they already had him cast and wanted him to do it, and he just couldn't, I'm totally with it. But if it was like prior, like we theoretically could say, why not bring Chadwick Boseman back as T'Challa? Then you could put him in the film in AI, and it'd be like he was never gone,
Surprised it hasn't been brought up yet.
right? Like you could do that now. Now, obviously, they're not going to, but that's kind of where this conversation goes. So, this is the first, guys, of many we're probably going to have discussions about going forward as this technology gets used more and more. Um, for me, like I said, I can see instances where it works, but overall, I'm not for this. Pete, you definitely seem like you're in the same camp. Overall, you're not for this. Um, but it will be interesting to track where we go with AI in entertainment going forward.
Scary, scary stuff. I see it.
Overall, yeah.
I've basically seen Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 been made on Instagram. So it's been very
Oh
interesting.
boy, why can't we just turn the page on this whole thing?
I just watched a Ezra Miller Flash, Jeffrey Dean Morgan Batman Flashpoint recreation, and I was like, wow, these things are getting really good. These
I
guys are.
know.
How much are these guys spending on this AI fake movie stuff? Do you have to like buy this, or do they just is it free?
Apparently, it's not. Apparently, it's not that much money because that was one of the reasons the guy said he did it. Like having
Interesting.
to go back and roll film and do the whole thing again with a new actor,
Mhm.
and they said it would have been more money than just using the AI.
This is why I can't get a hard drive anywhere. All that RAM's been used up.
It's crazy. All right, so there was another trailer that came out this week, but Pete is not a fan of the of it, so I will lightly touch on it.
What is
The Dune 3 trailer came
Oh,
out.
we had a trailer that came out?
Yes.
Yes, I would have watched this, pretending. What is this?
Yes, the Dune 3 trailer came out. You can watch it real quick, Pete, if you want, and I'll just
It's
talk. And
I'm not really concerned.
so, looks like a fitting end to the trilogy.
Oh, is this
Obviously,
it?
yeah, this is it. This is the last film.
Okay, all right. Nice. Don't forget about
Again, they introduce a lot of things similar to Spider-Man. They introduce a lot of things that if you know the story, you're going to be like, okay, that's cool. Where are they going with it? So, introduce a couple of new characters. So I like the trailer. Of course, I like the first two films, so I'm going to see this no matter what. It's not going to be something for me, but I like the trailer. But the reason I bring it up is because both Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday are opening in theaters on the same day.
we got ourselves a heavyweight fight, boy.
Yes, so they will be opening on December 18th together.
I will go see the Avengers movie. How's that?
So yeah, so it sparks the debate like why are they doing this on the same day? Why are they not?
Well, aren't they two different studios? Don't they want supremacy, right?
They are. They are
That's a
two
big
different
deal.
studios, of course. That is one reason. So obviously they're going to be fighting each other for views. They're both going to have obviously the bulk of the IMAX theaters at that time, the IMAX showings. Obviously the cast the cast for both films are very well known actors, but the main reason that most people think is that it's a good time to release a film, right? Like it's Christmas, right before Christmas. That's when a lot of people start going on vacation. So the following week, a lot of when people are off, they're going to be going to the movies. They might go multiple times to see a film. So that's the reason for that both of these films are being positioned at that time. I know there are certain people who are going to see one and not the other. I know a few people, right, like you just mentioned, you'll go see Doomsday before you'd see Doom Part 3. I know other people who are the opposite, who will see Doom Part 3, don't care about Doomsday.
I think historically they should put Dune Part 3 on HBO Max just because of the old days.
Like the first one was?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Really, it's going to be interesting to see.
No, they're not going to stand. They're not going to do the standstill.
I don't know. According to the article, the Variety article, neither side is expected to blink. That's what they're saying.
Warner Brothers versus Disney. This is what we've always wanted.
So,
well, actually, no, it's Paramount versus Disney. Ho, suck on that Netflix.
Yep. And obviously, theater owners aren't going to be like, oh, no, we don't want this. Of course they do. They want all the revenue.
Two ridiculous fan bases are going to just go to town on popcorn.
I know.
Imagine how much popcorn they're going to sell. That'll be the best thing about Dune when I go see it. It'll be just me and 3 hours of popcorn. I'll look forward to that.
Movie theater popcorn is a game changer for many. I agree.
It is. That's why we do it. That's why we sit through pretentious bullshit.
There are. I can honestly say there are times I have gone to the movies.
I sat through Dunkirk. I know what he's talking about.
No, period. Just any film. There are times I've been like, I really want movie theater popcorn, so I've gone to the movies just so I can have popcorn and watch something.
Delicious.
Yeah, it does. It does happen. So I'm really this is gonna be a really interesting face off though. And they're already calling it like, what are you gonna call it? Doomsday or
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
I like that. That's
Or
fun. Doomsday.
right, so we'll see. Obviously, that all comes from Barbenheimer when Barbie and Oppenheimer opened the same time.
Well, that was huge.
It was huge. So there's precedent, obviously, for both of these things being successful. And the only thing with this is you will have plenty of people where it crosses both lines, right? Like people will want to see both. Like me, I want to see both.
And you'll probably see both multiple times.
Yep.
To be honest, you'll probably see them at least twice.
I definitely will see them twice. I'm sure I'll see them at least twice. So keep an eye out for that, folks. But do not expect either date to move as of this point. Like the industry doesn't really see that happening. Even if it could be more beneficial for one of the films, for both of the films, to be honest. All right, so we're back to we're in the point of the show now where we talk about dates moving, shifting, movie releases, fun stuff, dates being picked up. So first, Disney put a bunch of things for 28 and 2029 on the calendar. So here we go. There's no guidance to any of this. Not sure what films will be coming there. They just kind of sucked up the dates. So an untitled Marvel untitled previously dated on February 18th now moved to July 28th of that year. Untitled Disney movie previously dated on July 28th, 2028 moves to February 18th. So they kind of swapped the dates. In addition, the studio is calling dibs on November 10th, 2028 for another Disney film. And the November 10th date that was being held for an untitled Marvel movie is no longer on schedule. Hope you're following this because there will be a quiz.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to remember. They're going to change this twice before these movies actually come out.
Probably.
Yeah.
In 2029, untitled Disney picks are on hold for the following dates: February 16th, March 9th, May 25th, August 3rd, October 5th, and November 9th.
All right. Well, I'm worried about next week.
Correct. I was reading these and I'm like, this is like 2 years away and we still have movies to get through this year and next year. So, like,
so
what are we doing here?
This is just you being greedy.
Yes.
Greedy Disney.
So, and it's kind of been a slow film year thus far. So I understand why they're throwing these out there, but all right. In the same vein, Incredibles 3, Lilo and Stitch 2 have set 2028 release dates.
I haven't seen Incredibles 2 yet. I probably should get on that.
Probably should. The live-action Lilo and Stitch sequel will open on May 26th and followed by the third Incredibles installment on June 16th. So in 2028, we'll be getting Incredibles 3, June 16th, and Lilo and Stitch 2, the live-action version that just came out this year, that did very, very well on May 26th. Again, there will be a quiz. I hope you all took notes. I have a quiz very soon.
Did not. I will remember it all.
All right, so where are all our Scooby Doo fans?
I'm right here.
The new Scooby Doo live action Netflix series has cast Maxwell Jenkins as Fred, Abby Ryder Fortin as Velma, and Tanner Hagen as Shaggy. I do not know who any of these kids are.
Yeah, but like, what about the dog? Who's Scooby? Is it a real dog?
I doubt it will be a real dog.
I'm very interested to see what they do.
I know.
I hope this is cool. Like, I'm kind of into this.
Oh, so you are gonna? I was about to say, are you have any interest in this? But I guess
you do. A chance. Like, who doesn't love Scooby Doo?
That's true.
You know, like I'll give it a shot. I think it's a short series too. I don't think it's very many episodes, so hopefully it works. I think it was like this was like 8. I don't know. I like the first movie.
8.
Did you like the first movie?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed the second one, but the first one I enjoyed.
8 episodes. You're correct. 8 episode arc, and
I'm down for this. I think it's time.
Yeah.
You know what Netflix I have to watch is Lost in Space. I haven't watched that. I want to watch that.
I have not watched that either.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. It's old, but it's good. But yeah, no, I want to check out Scooby Doo. I'm definitely interested. Who doesn't love? Like, come on, he's just funny. It's just funny. It's wholesome. I enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, it totally is. It totally is wholesome. It's
And now
nostalgic
with
for
weed
me.
being legal, who knows? They don't have to like hide around it.
What?
So, with weed being legal everywhere, they don't have to hide around it anymore. Now we know what the smoke in the van is.
That's a good point. That is a very good
Maybe
point.
they do. That'd be great. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to check this out. I'm mostly
Well,
because what are they doing with the dog? I want to know what they're doing with the dog.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say that he's going to be CGI or if he's going to be real. I hope he's real. I do.
Be interesting.
So,
There
is a little like description of what it's going to be. So this is what the description is. During their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. Together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy, they set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all of their secrets. So if that sounds interesting to you,
yeah,
give it a run.
I don't know. Sounds good enough for me. At least I know what the plot is,
man.
like Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could read what the plot is of Spider-Man if you want to read. Like, you'd read the same synopsis I just gave you for Brand New Day. If you want to, you'll have an idea.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
But, yeah. So Scooby Doo's coming back. I would have been much more excited for this, obviously, when I was a kid. But
yeah, I still catch an episode or two on TV every once in a while.
Gotta love the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Hell yeah, baby.
Gotta love them. Batman and Robin were in Scooby Doo sometime. So
there's some huge Batman and Robin crossovers with Scooby Doo. They did a couple of them.
Yeah, there were. I remember
that. It was Adam West, so there's some history.
I always got more like excited when it was a Batman and Robin episode, Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
it's good old stuff.
It is good old stuff. All right, so let's put this good old stuff to bed for this episode.
Okay. Socially, you can follow me at Pete Illustrated, at Spidey Coalition, at straight_O_G, at Batman on Film, at the Batman BC for the Batman Book Club. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, let's talk some stuff.
There you go. For me, at Finally33 on X, spell Finale33. Same on Instagram. Same exact. I think I have an underscore somewhere in there, but you can find it if you want to. If you're a fan of the New York Knicks, I do a weekly live stream called All Nicked Up at all_Nicked_up on X. You can interact with me there about that show. Weird times right now for the Knicks. I don't know what to expect going forward, but you know, the landscape has changed a little bit. Cade Cunningham's is injured or had a collapse lung. Don't know. Yeah. Well, sorry. Don't worry. Next year's coming. It's almost done, Pete. This year's almost finished. So
I know. We've been saying that all year.
So if you guys want to, again, listen to me and a couple of my buddies talk about the Knicks and the NBA in general, check us out every Wednesday, usually 7 p.m. Eastern time. We will update the time if it changes. 7 p.m. Eastern time on X, YouTube, or Facebook Live. Check us out over there. So again, thanks for listening. I know it's been a month, but we are back. At least for this month.
Back in the Holzman groove.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be another month before we do another show, but we just like to keep everyone guessing. There you go. So for this week, for Pete, I'm Eric. Listen to Straight Outta Gotham, and we'll see you next time.
Booyah.
Soundstripe. Have faith. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith. Have faith. Soundstripe. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.